Hello, friends. Today I am going to read to you the book From Seed to Plant. This is another one of Gail Gibbons' nonfiction books. We have read many of Gail Gibbons' books this year in K2. As we're reading today, we can think about why are plants an important natural resource and how can we use planting and gardening to take care of our earth. From Seed to Plant by Gail Gibbons. Most plants make seeds. A seed contains the beginning of a new plant. And here we have images of lots of different plants. Tulips, daisy, rose, pea, buttercup, corn, violet, squash, tomato. Here's a package of seeds. Seeds are different shapes, sizes, and colors. These are all different seeds here. All seeds grow into the same kind of plant that made them. What that means is a sunflower seed would grow into a sunflower. An acorn, which is a seed from an oak tree, would grow into an oak tree. Many plants grow flowers. Flowers are where most seeds begin. Zinnia, apple tree, dandelion, aster. A flower is made up of many parts. It has body parts just like we do. At the bottom of the pistil are tiny egg cells called ovules. Here they are. The sepal, the stem. The parts of the flower around the pistil are the stamens. Here are the stamens. Stamens make yellow powder called pollen. The center of the flower is the pistil. So this is the pistil. Around are the stamens. The stamens make pollen. The sticky part at the top of the pistil is the stigma. Here's a petal. Before a seed can begin to grow, a grain of pollen from the stamen must land on the stigma at the top of the pistil of a flower like itself. This is called pollination. Okay, so let's try to follow that. Before a seed can grow, a grain of pollen, we know pollen's this yellow stuff, from a stamen, right here, must land on the stigma, right here, at the top of the pistil. We know this is the pistil of a flower of itself. So that's where the pollen needs to move. This is called pollination for a flower to grow like itself. Pollination happens in different ways. Often wind blows pollen from one flower to the next flower. Bees, other insects, and hummingbirds help pollinate too. While they visit flowers for their sweet juice called nectar, pollen rubs onto their bodies. Do you see that right here? The pollen rubbing onto their bodies. And with the bee too. Pollen is rubbing onto its body. Then they carry the pollen to another flower where it comes off onto its pistil. So that pollen is coming off their body onto the pistil, and that's how the new plant can grow. If a pollen grain from a flower lands on the pistil of the same kind of flower, it grows a long tube through the pistil into an ovule right here. This is the beginning of a seed. Here we have the tube. The grain of pollen goes down the tube and helps to form this ovule. The seeds grow inside the flower, even as the flower begins to die. As the seeds become bigger, a fruit or pod grows around them. The fruit or pod protects the seeds. So here's the fruit, or sometimes it's a pod, like a pea pod. When the fruit or pod ripens, it breaks open. The seeds are ready to become new plants. So when they're ripe, and oftentimes this is when we eat them, the seeds can pop out and become new plants. Some seeds fall to the ground around the base of the plant where they will grow. Here they're falling. Some pods or fruits open and the seeds pop out. Look at that, pop. Sometimes when the Sometimes when birds eat berries, they drop the seeds. Other seeds fall into streams, ponds, rivers, or the ocean. There they travel on the water until they stick to dirt along the shore. The wind scatters seeds. Some seeds have fluff on them that lets them float to the ground like tiny parachutes. I'm sure you guys have seen these seeds. They're white and fluffy, and they float through the sky. They kind of look like snow. Others have wings that spin as they fall. I've seen these in Boston too. Animals help scatter seeds too. They hide acorns and nuts in the ground. Some seeds have hooks that stick to the fur of animals or other people's clothes. Have you ever seen these? We call them burrs, where I'm from. They stick to the clothes and then the seeds fall off in different places. Later, they drop off onto the ground. A flower bed or vegetable garden is beautiful. Seeds are planted to grow in the gardens. The seeds come in small envelopes or boxes. Directions explain how to plant the seeds and care for the plants. So this is often how humans grow plants. The beginning of the plant is curled up inside each seed. Food is stored inside the seed too. The seed has a seed coat on the outside to protect it. Here's the beginning of the plant. Food is stored inside the seed. Here's the seed coat. And on the outside we can see a bean. A seed will not sprout until certain things happen. First, it must be on or in the soil. Then it needs rain to soak the seed and soften its seed coat. So rain's going to break down this coat so the plant can pop out and sprout. When the sun shines and warms the ground, the seed coat breaks open and the seed begins to grow. This is called germination. A root grows down into the soil. The root takes in water and minerals from the soil for food. Remember, that's why worms are so important. Worms make the soil rich with nutrients. Up grows a shoot. Green leaves grow up from the shoot toward the sun. Here's the shoot. It's that stem coming up out of the ground. And here are leaves. The plant grows bigger and bigger. The leaves make food for the plant from the water and minerals in the soil. The sunlight and the air all around. So the leaves make food using the water and minerals from the soil, the sunlight, and the air all around the plant. Finally, the plant is full grown. Buds on the plant open into flowers where new seeds will grow, just like we learned. Here's a little bud. Many of the foods people eat are seeds, fruits, and pods. They are full of nutrition, vitamins, and minerals. And they are tasty too. A From Seed to Plant project. Here's a project you can try at home. How to raise bean plants. Find a clean glass jar. Take a piece of black construction paper and roll it up. Slide the paper into the jar. Fill the jar with water. Wedge the bean seeds between the black paper and the glass. Put the jar in a warm place. In a few days, the seeds will begin to sprout. Watch, the roots will grow down and the shoots will grow up. Step 5. Put dirt in a big clay pot. Step 6. Carefully remove the small plants from the glass jar. Place them in the soil, covering them up to the base of their shoots. 7. Water them and watch them grow. This is a great project for you to try at home over the summer. Seeds and plants. So here's some other fun facts. Scientists who study plants are called botanists. Some seeds sprout only in the heat of a forest fire. Wow. Some plants live for only one season. They are called annuals. Other plants die at the end of a season but grow back the following year. They are called perennials. Plants in the desert, such as cactus plants, store water in their stems. They can live for a long time without rain. Mountain plants are short so the wind can't blow them over. That makes sense. Plants move. Many flowers open in the morning and shut at night. Some close when it rains. Also, plants move towards the light. I know I've noticed that with my plants in the window. When it's sunny out, they reach towards the window. Some plants eat insects. These plants live in soil that doesn't have enough minerals for food, so they have to end up eating insects. The biggest flower in the world grows on the island of Sumatra. It can weigh up to 25 pounds and can be 4 feet across. That is a huge plant. The end. I hope you enjoyed the book, friends, and I hope that it made you think about why plants are important natural resources and how gardening helps our earth.